Hello, Internet. Just for Nerds here. I'm actually, as you can tell, pretty excited. Today we're getting hyped about Final Fantasy 15. So I have a couple things to unbox. We do have the limited edition PS4 Slim Final Fantasy 15 edition. And then we also have the Ultimate Collector's Edition for the Xbox One. I know I don't have an Xbox One, but it was the only one available. I tried ordering it for the PS4 and for the Xbox One. Luckily, I got in on the Xbox One just so I could have the collectible physical merchandise that comes with it. So let's go ahead and dig right in. Pretty hyped. I've been so excited for this game for the past several years, as most of you probably have been. I'm glad it's no longer part of the Final Fantasy 13 universe, as we are wearing our Final Fantasy 7 tribute shirt, which is actually a reference to J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. But Final Fantasy 7 is not my favorite Final Fantasy. Actually, my favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 6. I know that's most people's favorite Final Fantasy, followed closely by Final Fantasy 4. But of course, my favorite nerd things are for another show. As of right now, we are just going to get into the details of this beautiful, beautiful PS4. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. We, of course, have all the component cables and plugins. And then, of course, we have the controller, which comes in a jet black. It actually has the 15 down here on the bottom. It's actually the only little monogram on it there. Wish it was a little bit more like the Phantom Pain limited edition PS4 controller, where it had a different color scheme, but that's okay. I mean, how are you going to complain? Got a brand new controller. And here we are. PS4 manuals. Oh, good. I wasn't sure if it did or not, but it does look like it does come with the steel case for the PS4 edition, which I'm pretty excited about. Let's go ahead and dig right in. I don't know, dropping stuff everywhere. I don't even care. I actually kind of wish it came with a stand, but it looks like I might have to pick one of those up. Okay, we'll go ahead and pick this up here. Hopefully you guys can have a pretty good shot of that. The PS4 Slim is significantly smaller, as the name implies, than the standard PlayStation 4. But it is just as gorgeous, especially with the Final Fantasy 15 moon in the back. And it actually says Noctis, Ignis, Gladius, and Promptu. Basically, all four of the main characters' names are embossed there, or are placed there on the front. We do have the limited edition, steel case here. Let's get into this without actually scratching it, since they packaged it so well. Quick little snip there with the scissors. Now, Final Fantasy 15, or Final Fantasy in general, the series as a whole, basically changed everything about who I was as a gamer. The first Final Fantasy I actually saw played was Final Fantasy 4. My cousin was actually playing it when I was a kid, and I remember coming inside during one of the battles between Cecil and himself. The only battle between Cecil and himself, when he was becoming a paladin and basically leaving the Dark Knight path behind. But just seeing kind of the pain and the anguish and the trial that Cecil went through to redeem himself and basically kind of shed the darkness. That was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Not to mention the design and the art for that game, plus the music. They were just so wonderful. And ever since then, I have been a go-to person in regards to the Final Fantasy franchise. My most hated Final Fantasy games are 8 and 13. Unpopular opinion on those, I'm sure. But basically, this is the deluxe edition. It comes with the collector's edition PS4. So you do get all of the downloadable content in regards to the Masamune DLC weapon, the Leviathan skin for your car, and I believe it comes with the Kingsglaive DVD as well. So that kind of prequel to the entire story that came out in theaters, which of course I did go and see in Chicago since it wasn't airing in my state. But here is the collector's edition the limited edition steelbook case with the Kingsglaive DVD or Blu-ray and the of course the game as well. But now that that is done, let's keep this here so you guys can see it in all its wonderfulness. Kind of wish I had a pair of headphones like the Destiny PlayStation 4 did. There we go. Make sure it's in shot. Oh my god, there's so much paperwork. I definitely need to get a stand for this to make sure that we don't knock it over anytime. You're not going to want to stand up. I don't have to stand for you. That's okay. Let's go ahead and bust out the the Ultimate Collector's Edition that I got for the Xbox One. Again, this it's a box within a box. Oh, they're the postcards. We won't get too much into those. We're mainly here for the statue. Actually, it's not a statue. It's a PlayArts Kai action figure. PlayArts Kai's figures are highly posable figures that come with highly stylized, articulate parts, and basically are in a style that only Square Enix could accomplish. I do have a couple figures. I actually have a Garrus Vakarian figure that came out for the PlayArts Kai a while ago, which I absolutely adore, as well as actually I have almost all the Master Chief figures that came out for PlayArts Kai. But here's the box. Pretty standard. It says there's no refund if I open this, and that's okay, because it's not going anywhere. Did you really need to seal it that well, Square Enix? I swear I couldn't even get in there? That's not appreciated. There we are. You know, with these collector's editions, one of the things that really bothers me with like GameStop and everything else is these circle clear stickers that they put on there. It's like no one's gonna try and steal a collector's edition, and even then, they're not gonna be able to get it open and get the contents out of it quickly enough for it to matter. But it is kind of tedious because you risk ruining the box when you try to peel them off. But we'll deal with that another time. We have another box within a box here. So far we've had a boxception. That's 3 boxes before getting into anything truly meaningful. But we do have a Final Fantasy 15 logo there. If we open this up, oh my goodness. I was not expecting this. We have 4 boxes before we get to anything meaningful. But here is the Final Fantasy 15 PlayArts Kai figure for Noctis, the main character of the franchise. Oh, sorry, of the series. Not series, of this particular game. He is the main character for Final Fantasy 15. Now, this version of Noctis was only available in the Ultimate Collector's Edition. Actually, that's not true. He was available for the giveaway for the Carbuncle Sweepstakes, as well as other PlayArts figures of characters from the game. But it looks like we have a box that matches the steel case. It is magnetic, and it is beautiful. It has all the additional content in it for the game. Okay, let's go ahead and get Noctis stood up here so everyone can see him. He comes with metal screws. Interesting. Probably for his stand, but as for it... This also came with the Ultimate Collector's Edition Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive Blu-ray. And of course the soundtrack for the game. So it looks like the Final Fantasy 15 Ultimate Collector's Edition steelbook case for this one is slightly different. You do have the Final Fantasy 15 Ultimate Collector's Edition on the front, and then on the back you have the Ultimate Collector's Edition Kingsglaive Blu-ray. And then up here we have the soundtrack for Final Fantasy 15, but we also have my apologies. We also have the Brotherhood, which is on the back here. So it looks like this comes with a little bit more content overall. I don't need to be told how to export MP3s, but thank you. There we are. And then this is the Final Fantasy 15 art book, which is also quite beautiful. So as you can see, there's a lot here. There's actually more than I had originally imagined there would be. However, I did see the pictures, but it's just having everything in front of you is a little bit more meaningful. I could not be more excited to play this game. We're going to have continuous streams pretty much on a daily basis, a few hours a day, going forward of Final Fantasy 15. So if you have any questions in regards to how the game plays, or you would like to know what our thoughts are of the game, just go ahead and shoot us put a comment on Just for Nerds or on one of the YouTube videos when we get them uploaded, and we'll happily answer those questions as soon as we can. So again, we're pretty hyped for Final Fantasy 15. We hope you are too. But until then, you guys have a wonderful day.